A downtown Madison building that houses Paisans restaurant is closing yet again, months after being closed due to structural concerns.
Plus, the governor is hopeful an infusion of millions of dollars in grant money will help the state overcome a worker shortage. News 3 Now at 10 starts now.
Thank you for joining us tonight. Before we get to those stories, there is an alert day in the forecast for tomorrow.
That's right. We have a good chance to break a record high temperature, but with that comes some pretty gusty winds. Meteorologist Dana Fulton joins us now. She's on the backyard patio. Dana?
There's a lot going on in the forecast tomorrow. Certainly going to feel a little more like a spring day rather than the middle of December. So we do have an alert day in the forecast, primarily for the winds, but I think you're also going to notice the temperatures tomorrow afternoon. High winds expected throughout the day. Wind speeds in the afternoon picking up to about 30 miles per hour with wind gusts over 50 miles per hour certainly possible. Likely going to see some showers and isolated thunderstorms late in the day, and some of those thunderstorms could pick up a little bit of strength, especially for our western counties. We do have high wind warnings in effect for the La Crosse area and stretching along the western half of the state. High wind watches for us for the rest of southern Wisconsin. Those go into effect tomorrow afternoon and run into Thursday morning. That warning really lines up with where we have the marginal risk for severe weather tomorrow. Again, our western counties, looking at Richland County stretching off along the state border. That's the area where we have the best chance to see some really strong winds as these storms come through in the late evening tomorrow. Aside from the wind, it is also going to be very, very mild. 64 the high for our Wednesday. This time of year, high temperatures should be trending in the mid to low 30s. The record high temperature for Wednesday, 52 degrees. The warmest December day in Madison on record, 65 degrees. So we're just right on the cusp and could possibly break that tomorrow afternoon. But we'll take a closer look at the Wednesday forecast and when things finally get back to normal in just a few minutes.
All right, Dana, and despite tomorrow's warm-up, the official start to winter just 7 days away. Now is a great time to download our free Channel 3000 weather app for all your forecast needs on the go.
Developing tonight for a second time in recent months, Madison's Building Inspection Office has ordered the closure of a downtown building over structural concerns. The city says inspection and monitoring reports were not being submitted for the building that houses Paisans restaurant and other businesses on West Wilson Street. The building was first closed and evacuated in September due to structural concerns and reopened in October. This time, the city says building inspection personnel have not received the required documentation regarding the ongoing monitoring, and as such, the building is again being vacated.
Also new tonight, 2 more children involved in the Waukesha Christmas parade tragedy are released from the hospital. That means there's only 1 child still hospitalized at Children's Wisconsin in Milwaukee. Officials tonight say that child is in fair condition. First Lady Dr. Jill Biden will be in Wisconsin tomorrow and meet with the families of victims who were hurt or killed in that parade. Governor Tony Evers putting almost $60 million in grant money toward projects across the state aimed at solving Wisconsin's worker shortage issues, and $3.3 million is headed right to a group here in Madison. Brad Hamilton has more now. Operation Fresh Start plans to use that money. Brad?
Well, Operation Fresh Start says it is focusing the money on a program designed to solve some current workforce issues. The program is called the Build Academy, and they believe it's going to be a game changer. Today, Governor Tony Evers announced the first round of grant money, which is aimed at changing Wisconsin's long-term workforce issues. Nearly $60 million dedicated to 12 different projects, all throughout the state, and focused on one common goal: finding ways to train and attract workers.
We designed it with these challenges in mind to encourage regions and communities to develop leading-edge, long-term solutions to the unique workforce challenges in their communities.
One of the 12 projects selected comes from a group right here in Dane County, Operation Fresh Start, which focuses on training the next generation on a path to employment.
It's just wonderful news. It's wonderful news for Dane County, for our community, and most importantly, for young people who are looking for these opportunities to achieve self-sufficiency.
Greg Markle of Operation Fresh Start says they were given $3.3 million from this grant program in an effort to bolster an innovative program called the Build Academy. Its focus will be on developing young trader employees in fields such as construction and conservation.
Young people who may not have known where they were going and were struggling, unemployed, disconnected to education. It's the connection and the training and the connections with the employers where we can place those young people and have them be successful.
Marco can't speak for the entire success of this grant program, but is confident the Build Academy will help the worker shortage right here in Dane County.
Our goal is to build a program which can sustain beyond the 3 years of the grant. a program which can continue to change the face of these industries.
Marco also wanted to thank the entire community for their support, believing they are a huge reason why this grant was awarded.
A fatal crash this morning in Madison leaves 3 people dead and a 4th hospitalized. It happened around 9:20 at the intersection of Cottage Grove and Highway 51. 2 people died at the scene and a 3rd died at the hospital. The remaining person is said to have non-life-threatening injuries. The road was closed for several hours and it reopened around 2:30 this afternoon. A potentially dangerous situation today in Sun Prairie when a vehicle crashes into the side of a local health clinic. It happened shortly around 9 a.m. at the Dean Clinic on Tower Drive. The driver was evaluated and released, and crews say the building was evacuated for a short time until it was determined it was still structurally sound for people to return.
In Louisiana today, a helicopter crash on an interstate brings traffic to a standstill for hours. It happened on the I-10 Bonnie Carey Spillway Bridge in Laplace. Viewer video shows the immediate aftermath with fire and smoke right on the bridge there. Officials say only the pilot was on board at the time of the crash. It is unknown whether that person survived. The FAA and the National Transportation Safety Board will now investigate. A zoo in Baraboo expected to reopen tomorrow after an early morning fire today. This is the Ochsner Park Zoo. According to Baraboo first responders, crews got there shortly after 4 this morning and saw fire and smoke coming from the donkey and llama enclosure. The fire was put out quickly, preventing any animals from getting hurt. However, the structure is said to be a total loss.
In Stoughton, a middle school student at River Bluff was sent home today after administrators were notified of a potential threat against the school. A district spokesperson says they immediately involved local police with their investigation. They say at no time did the student have a weapon and no other students or staff were ever in danger. The parents of Ethan Crumbley, the 15-year-old charged in the deadly Michigan high school shooting last month, made their first in-person court appearance today. James and Jennifer Crumbley each face 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter. Prosecutors accused the pair of giving their son access to the gun he's accused of using. The gunfire at Oxford High School on November 30th left 4 students dead and 7 others injured. This all comes on the 9-year anniversary of a school shooting that rocked the U.S. On December 14th, 2012, a gunman killed 20 students and 6 adults at Sandy Hook Elementary School in Newtown, Connecticut. Some survivors are continuing to pressure the Supreme Court to help enact changes aimed at preventing similar violence in the future.
Continuing coverage now, the official death toll in last week's tornado outbreak now stands at 88, but more than 120 people are still unaccounted for. In Kentucky, survivors gathered for a candlelight vigil tonight as the search for victims continues. First responders have been scouring the debris since the swarm of tornadoes struck Friday night. Federal disasters have been declared in several states, and President Biden will travel to Kentucky tomorrow to see that damage firsthand. A local volunteer now in Kentucky to help with the recovery efforts there. Judy Giacomino with the Red Cross flew out of Madison this morning, bound for Mayfield, Kentucky. She says each volunteer is required to sign up for 2 weeks at a time. She'll be helping tornado victims over the Christmas holiday.
Developing tonight, Giannis Antetokounmpo is among at least 2 Milwaukee Bucks players who will miss time after entering the NBA's COVID protocols today. In addition to Giannis, ESPN is reporting Wes Matthews will also have to isolate for 10 days or get 2 negative COVID tests before returning. Well, this video behind me is exactly 1 year ago today, the first person in Madison to receive a COVID-19 vaccination. And today, 1 year later, we caught back up with UW Health respiratory therapist Tina Schubert and how her journey has been since that monumental moment.
Look at me. I received it, the first shot, December 14th. December 14th, 2020. Here it is. A year later, I'm fine. I'm fine. And there are other people that received the vaccine as well. They're fine. Get it done. Let's get through this pandemic.
Since that time, more than 8 million doses of the vaccines have been administered in Wisconsin. In all, about 61% of people have received at least 1 dose. But our state's case count remains high and is still averaging 25 deaths per day.
And just today, U.S. death toll from COVID-19 has officially topped 800,000. That is by far the highest death toll of any country in the world. Wisconsin accounts for about 9,500 of those. UW-Madison is pausing its requirement that all employees be vaccinated against COVID in the wake of a nationwide injunction in a federal court case. In a statement today, a UW spokesperson said the pause is effective immediately. According to the university's dashboard, just over 96% of employees, 95% of students on campus are fully vaccinated. Kroger is ending some benefits for unvaccinated employees, and that includes pick and save stores locally. The supermarket chain says unvaccinated employees who contract the virus or are experiencing symptoms will no longer be able to eligible for 2 weeks off. Instead, they'll have to use their own paid time off or unpaid leave if they contract the virus. Kroger also adding a $50 monthly charge to unvaccinated salaried employees who use the company's health care plan.
The city of Milwaukee has submitted its bid to host the Republican National Convention in 2024. The application, which includes more than 200 pages, highlights the city's access to Lake Michigan, entertainment venues, festivals, culinary scene, and sports teams. Visit Milwaukee CEO said it also cites the city's experience preparing to host the Democratic National Convention in 2020, which ended up being a mostly virtual event. The U.S. Senate this evening passing a $2.5 trillion debt limit increase. It was approved on a 50-49 vote. The measure now goes to the House of Representatives, which could still vote on it as early as tonight or even tomorrow.
D.C. Attorney General Karl Racine is suing more than 24 members of the Proud Boys and Oath Keepers in connection with the January 6th riots. The federal lawsuit describes the actions of the right-wing extremist groups as, quote, a coordinated act of domestic terrorism. The suit seeks to recoup millions of dollars the city spent to defend the Capitol during the attack. Officials in Nevada granting O.J. Simpson an early parole discharge last week. According to an official statement, the decision to grant Simpson early discharge was ratified December 6th. His original parole plan was set to expire next year in February. Simpson has been out of prison and on parole since 2017 after serving 9 years for a Las Vegas kidnapping and armed robbery. He's been living in the Las Vegas area since his 2017 release. And still ahead tonight, your updated forecast, the latest on tomorrow's warm-up and alert day.
But first, the cost for your groceries may be higher than expected this holiday season. Why you should expect to pay more at the checkout. Next.
E-bikes, great for your health.
Great fun.
Great gifts.
E-bikes just $780. Free storage till April.
Or gift certificates half price. Example, $700 gift certificate, you pay just $350.
At Crazy Lenny's E-Bikes.
This year, don't just get ready, get holiday ready. And the only place to start is at your local Ford dealer. Get the Ford SUV that's perfect for your family's holiday traditions. Ford Explorer, Escape, or Bronco Sport with our best offers of the season. Inventory is arriving daily, so see your Ford dealer today and get holiday ready. Now get a Ford Explorer with 0% financing for 60 months plus $500 bonus cash. Only at your local Ford dealer.
Here comes Happy Ruben. She wants to wish everyone happy holidays. Happy loves to visit Ruben's furniture. She likes to snuggle into a warm, cozy sofa. Winter is coming and she wants to just lay around. A sectional lets Happy stretch out and take a nap with her owner. Her favorite piece of furniture is a soft leather recliner. Happy loves to watch TV in her favorite chair. A bed is a perfect place to sleep after a long day at the dog park. Have a happy and healthy holiday from everyone at Ruben's Furniture.
Those brave men and women of our armed forces, generations of them. Why should today's burdens fall back onto them? They were there for us. Now let's be there for them. Your local Wisconsin energy providers and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund are working together to deliver Wisconsin veterans in crisis heat, power, and help staying in their home. But they can't do it alone. Call to donate today.
From Tina Fey and the creator of Saturday Night Live comes Mean Girls, the hilarious hit Broadway musical. Entertainment Weekly says Mean Girls isn't a regular musical, it's a cool musical. It's smart, it's funny, it's ferocious, it's
so fetch.
Come see Tina Fey's Mean Girls at Overture Center, January 11th through 16th.
Wait, why don't I know you?
Get your tickets now at overture.org.
E-bikes, great for your health.
Great fun.
Great gifts.
E-bikes just $780. Free storage till April.
Or gift certificates half price. Example, $700 gift certificate, you pay just $350.
at Crazy Lenny's e-bikes.
Tomorrow morning, we're breaking down the science behind common vaccines.
Our Time for Kids expert explains exactly how those shots keep your child safe from serious illness.
And we're talking about high winds. We'll have the alert day forecast tomorrow morning from 4:30 to 7.
Welcome back. Las Vegas today officially renaming its airport. What was formerly known as McCarran International Airport will now be the Harry Reid International Airport, named for Nevada's longest-serving state senator. The former namesake, Senator Patrick McCarran's legacy, has been called into question, with some saying he left a legacy of racism, xenophobia, and anti-Semitism. One of the Las Vegas Strip's most iconic casinos is about to have a new owner. MGM announced it has sold the Mirage to Hard Rock International for close to $1.1 billion. The property, known for its exploding volcano, ushered in the modern era of mega casinos when it opened in 1989. The company said last month it wanted to sell the casino to raise money for new investments overseas.
Americans are packing up and heading out this holiday season. AAA expects more than 109 million Americans to travel in the immediate days surrounding Christmas and New Year's. That's up almost 34% from last year. The group says the increase will bring travel back to nearly 2019 levels. They're predicting more than 100 million Americans will hit the road. More than 6 million are expected to travel by air. Kemp's Dairy brand making a huge donation to dozens of food pantries across the state today. In total, they're giving out 100,000 milk packs, with nearly 31,000 of them going to Second Harvest Food Bank of southern Wisconsin. They say milk is one of the most requested yet least donated items at food pantries. With just 10 days until Christmas Eve, many families are making their holiday grocery lists.
But as our Christina Laurie explains, you should prepare to pay a lot more.
Before the pandemic, the average family was spending $113 a week on groceries. Today, they're spending $144.
That $30 bump is the direct result of supply chain and staffing shortages, according to Wisconsin Grocery Association President Brandon Schultz.
Here's a list of shortages that this grocer said: condiments, canned soups, cereal, noodles, pasta sauce, snack crackers, fresh breakfast, frozen breakfast items, frozen dinners, canned cat, frozen refrigerated pie crust, plastic storage containers, canning supplies, coconut, jar gravy. Seafood prices are high. Do you find any consistency in that? I don't.
While recent data from the Department of Labor shows food prices have increased an average of 7% across the Midwest between last November and today.
Everybody has a different supplier, which means that those suppliers, those warehouses, could have different access to products from manufacturers and growers and producers.
That's why you're finding different products and prices at different stores. Here at Festival Foods, for example, the aisles are pretty much fully stocked.
On average in the Midwest, the price of eggs is up 18 cents, chicken up a quarter, ground beef costs 80 cents more, and bacon is up by more than $1.
Nobody wants to increase prices, but at some point, the grocer can't absorb those price increases from suppliers, and then they have to get passed on to customers.
An extra $30 a week is a lot of money, more than many families can afford to pay right now. Tomorrow, we will share ways you can cut down on your next grocery bill. But for now, we're...
The Arctic has failed its yearly health check. It is the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration's annual Arctic report card. Published today, it shows the Arctic continues to deteriorate from global warming. It continues to warm twice as fast as the rest of the planet.
Well, it'll be warm here tomorrow, but you might need to get ready for the winds coming with that warmth. Meteorologist Dana Fulton, your certified most accurate forecast. Dana.
It might feel a little more like we're talking about an April forecast rather than the middle of December as we look ahead to tomorrow. Temperatures in the afternoon will reach the middle 60s. Overnight, record warm temperatures tonight, and then afternoon high temperatures will likely be broken by well over 10 degrees. The previous record for Wednesday, December 15th was in the low 50s, 52 degrees. Our record warmest day in December in Madison in the mid 60s, 65 degrees, and that's what we're looking at pushing tomorrow. So certainly an anomaly to be this mild in the middle of December. On top of the warm temperatures, we're also really focusing on the windy conditions outside. Wind gusts late in the day could creep up close to 55 miles per hour, and that continues Wednesday night into early Thursday morning. Now, once we get through Wednesday, a little bump in the road, things do get back closer to average by the end of the week, the weekend, and heading into next week, Christmas week, right around the corner for us. A little bit breezy right now. Wind speed steadily picking up early tomorrow morning, but things really get moving for us in the afternoon and evening. By mid-afternoon, our wind gusts already close to the mid to low 30s, and then once we get later in the evening, our wind gusts creep closer to 50 or even higher for those speeds and in the late evening. For Thursday morning, still a bit breezy outside. Wind speeds start to back off a little bit late in the day on Thursday as this front clears off to the east. A lot going on with our wind bulletins. Everyone kind of starting at a little bit of a different time, but we do have high wind warnings for our western counties starting late in the day tomorrow. High wind watches in effect for us for the rest of southern Wisconsin for late Wednesday night, and likely into early Thursday morning as those winds continue to rip on through. So we do have an alert day in the forecast for late Wednesday. The wind concern here, our primary focus right now, because it is going to be so windy outside. We might also see an isolated strong to severe thunderstorm. There's that marginal risk for our western counties as that line comes through late in the day. So here's the timing for all of this. Overnight, our temperatures hold pretty steady, if not slowly warming up closer to 50 degrees to start off the day tomorrow. Scattered showers throughout Wednesday. In the afternoon, we see temperatures in the mid to upper 60s. This line of thunderstorms, the one that we're most concerned about bringing the strongest wind gusts and the possibility for a few isolated strong to severe thunderstorms, that builds in the late evening on Wednesday and passes through quite quickly, and it is pretty cleared out by midnight. Thursday, temperatures cool down. We fall back closer to average, and that trend carries us into the weekend. For tomorrow, high temperatures will be in the mid-60s. A very windy day and likely a record warm day for us. That's why we have an alert day in the forecast for Wednesday. We quickly fall back closer to average into the 30s for Thursday. So breezy outside for Thursday. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday staying closer to 30 degrees. And that's where we'll continue to trend as we look ahead to next week.
And coming up in sports, a pair of former Badgers were back in Madison to give back. Why they called their time in the kitchen the best part of their day. That's next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
This might look like a cliffhanger, but this is the Nissan sales event ad.
Get 0% financing for up to 72 months on 14 models.
Better bring that home for the holidays.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection, a name you can trust when service is a must.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection is here 24 hours a day.
7 days a week for all your residential and commercial plumbing services.
From installation, repairs, and maintenance to complete sewer and drain cleaning, we've got you covered.
Visit MononaPFP.com.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection, a name you can trust when service is a must.
Belly pooch, muffin top, back fat. Sound familiar?
Stubborn fat is not your fault. We can help you here at Sonobello by permanently removing that stubborn body fat.
It's not just about inches lost, it's about changing people's lives and giving them the confidence they deserve to have.
Sonobello is America's #1 cosmetic surgery specialist with board-certified surgeons who are dedicated to transforming lives with permanent fat removal in just one visit.
We're the leading experts because we are passionate about what we do. Wherever there's excess fat, we can remove it.
At Sonobello, we're here to help you reach your goals so that you can live your life to the fullest.
Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation now and find out how you can get $250 off instantly. Call 1-888-740-3917 or go to sonobello.com.
Hey guys.
Hey, Dad.
You ready?
This holiday, US Cellular is doing a little something extra to keep everyone connected. Right now, choose any phone from any brand at any of our stores for free. Plus, save big with unlimited data for our best price of the season, just $30 a month. Now that's a deal to cheer about. Feel the locally grown joy from US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless.
All right,
right, here we go. Miller in motion. Wait, is that a baby on the field?
It looks like it, Craig.
And the defensive linemen are playing peekaboo. I've never seen anything like that before.
Harris now appears to be burping the baby.
That's a great moment right there.
Ref going to the rule book here.
Well, wait a minute. Harris is off to the races.
We don't need any more trick plays.
Touchdown!
But we could all use more ways to save.
Are you kidding me?
That's got to be a long bus ride home for the defense.
Switch to Geico for more ways to save.
This might look like a cliffhanger, but this is the Nissan sales event ad.
Save up to $42.62 on select models.
Better bring that home for the holidays.
It's been a tough couple of days for the reigning NBA champs. First, Chris Middleton left Monday's game with a hyperextended knee, and now Giannis has entered the league's health and safety protocols, so he's out for Wednesday's game. Wesley Matthews is also out for the same reason. Giannis is averaging 27 points, 11 rebounds, and nearly 6 assists per game this season. Former Buck Ray Allen is no longer the league's all-time three-point leader. Steph Curry passed him tonight with this triple to claim the three-point crown. Curry is currently at 2,977 made threes and counting. Troy Fumagalli was back in Madison today and teamed up with his old college roommate Jack Sitchie to give back to the Madison community. The Badger duo teamed up with the Italian restaurant Naples 15 to help cook dinner for the Ronald McDonald House. They were in charge of cutting up mushrooms, tomatoes, and mozzarella for the salads, so as Sitchie put it, nothing got burned. And while it was fun to be in the kitchen, the best part was giving back.
Obviously, when we're cooking and stuff, we're having a good time, but when you're able to see the families come through here and when they're eating, it just brings joy to you. And at this time of the year, what else do you want besides some joy?
It's fun for everybody. You know, it makes a small impact, but you know, it's just a great thing to do. So I think we'll definitely continue to figure out ways to help.
Leo Chanel has a huge decision to make. Come back to Madison for one more year or turn pro. The numbers say the Big Ten's linebacker of the year should go. 106 tackles, 17 TFLs, and 7 sacks in just 10 games this season. But ESPN has him rated as the 237th overall prospect for the upcoming draft. Right now, though, Chanel isn't interested in any of those numbers or the draft.
I'm trying to listen to as many people as possible, trying to collect as much information as I can from my family, from the coaches, from my teammates. It's definitely a really big decision. I love my teammates, but again, it's just all I care about right now is we need to end on a high note, you know, because I love this program, I love our seniors, I love this team, and that's all I want right now.
The Wisconsin volleyball team is 2 days out from their national semifinal matchup against Louisville, and they couldn't be more excited. Tomorrow they'll hold their final practice in Columbus, but the big stage isn't anything new to this group. Experience-wise, they have the most out of the 4 teams left. They've been here before, and they also have played in and won in the toughest conference in college volleyball. And the Badgers know they're ready for the moment.
A lot of people in the gym, a lot on the line. You lose or go home, trying to make it to the national championship. There's a little bit of pressure there, but we always say pressure is a privilege, so we're excited for it.
The Big Ten definitely prepares us for this moment. So many matches are decided by just a couple points, and you're playing great competition over and over again, so you get experience with the points where the game's on the line, so I think that we're really ready for those moments.
And we're back after this.
How do you use your energy? Celebrating the people you love? Mixing up smiles? Making each day brighter than the last? At Alliant Energy, we bring more clean, renewable energy to our customers every single day to power what matters to you. Because even during the most powerful moments in our lives, we're not thinking about power. We're thinking about each other. Alliant Energy, powering beyond.
This is Dave. He thought he'd save money by getting internet from one company and TV from multiple providers. You see, Dave and his wife watch live TV, Ella her favorite kid shows, and Henry loves sports. It was costing Dave a lot. So Dave switched to Spectrum. Switch to Spectrum Internet and TV from $44.99 per month each. Call 833-985-4499. Spectrum Internet with speeds at 200 megabits includes a free modem and free online security software. And Spectrum TV with over 125 channels includes live, local news, and regional sports, and up to 85,000 on-demand titles. Plus, with the free Spectrum TV app, everyone can stream on their devices anywhere. So now Dave has one bill, one provider, no contracts, and is saving a ton. Be like Dave. Switch to Spectrum Internet and TV from $44.99 per month each. Call 833-985-4499 or visit spectrum.com.
Water is one of nature's most beautiful and life-sustaining resources. At no fault of their own, many Wisconsin utility customers are facing a shutoff to their water service. This leaves them without the one life-giving resource we all take for granted. And those hardest hit are on fixed incomes, juggling multiple temporary jobs, or those who lost full-time jobs in sectors hardest hit by the pandemic. If someone you care about needs a hand up, your local Wisconsin energy and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home and your water, heat, and power on. If you are in danger of losing your water service, call 833-H2O-WISC, 833-426-9472. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
Welcome back to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, where the action's really heating up.
Yeah, Jerry, let's go down to Tina and see what's happening.
Thanks, guys. We're here with Cheryl and Greg, and they just won the huge jackpot. What are you guys gonna do with all that cash?
We're gonna go to Fiji.
I'm gonna see my mom. Hi, Mom. They're going to visit Mom. Maybe they'll take her on vacation.
Oh, it looks like a great day for Cheryl and Greg.
Hey, I wish I could join them.
The Remarkable Life of a Local World War II Veteran, Thursday at 6.
And before we go tonight, we do have breaking news. The U.S. House of Representatives voting just a moment ago to hold former White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows in contempt of Congress after ceasing to cooperate with the January 6th committee investigating the Capitol insurrection. Now, this is the first time the House has voted to hold a former member in contempt since the 1830s.
And here's meteorologist Dana Fulton with another check of our forecast.
We do have an alert day in the forecast for Wednesday because of the high winds that'll be coming through mainly in the afternoon and evening. Wind speeds will start to pick up anywhere from 20 to 30 miles per hour with wind gusts getting into the mid to low 50s. On top of that, record-breaking warm temperatures tomorrow afternoon, the possibility for some stronger thunderstorms late in the day, and then we fall back closer to average, a little more seasonable trend by the weekend. And as we look ahead to next week, no measurable snow events expected, but certainly still a little more cold outside for next week.
All right, Dana, thank you. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 10.
Do something good, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.